Donnie says it took him 6 months to report Martha, and when the police officer asks him why he didn't report her earlier, it all came back to him. 5 years ago, when he came to the Edinburgh Festival to join the street performers but was surprised to find his stage in the main bar. He started doing his comedy gig there, but nobody seemed interested. One day, the bartender gave him a VIP pass that someone dropped. Donnie used it to get into the Luna bar that evening, where he networked and met Darian, the writer of his favorite show, Cottonmouth. The next day, Darian attended his comedy gig and gave him his card. He offered to help take Donnie's comedy show to the next level. Darian became involved in Donnie's show for the next few weeks, giving him advice, and his shows improved. Every night, they would go out together, discussing the show, and Darian introduced him to drugs and encouraged him to try them. Darian suggested that Donnie perform in London. Later, Darian went back to London early, and Donnie didn't hear from him for the rest of the festival. Months later, Donnie went to acting school in Oxford but felt unhappy with his life and missed Darian's confidence-boosting presence during his acting classes. One day, Donnie got a call from Darian, who asked him to write with him. Donnie went to Darian's apartment and showed him the script he had written. They took a lot of drugs, and Donnie ended up vomiting in the cat's bowl. Darian started touching him, and Donnie asked him to stop. Darian gave him some almond milk and promised to take it slower next time. The next day, Darian told Donnie that a channel was interested in the story he wrote and was willing to support him. After Donnie moved to London with Keeley, he started taking drugs almost every weekend at Darian's house. He was promised his own show by the age of 30. Donnie often passed out in Darian's company, finding him lying next to him with his hands and mouth in various places on his body. Later, Darian would give him harsh feedback on his scripts and make him rewrite them overnight. Donnie couldn't spend Keeley's birthday with her because he had to go to Darian's house to work on his career. Keeley warned him that Darian was using him, but Donnie ignored her and left anyway. That night, Donnie and Darian took a different drug. Donnie started to panic and tried to leave, but Darian gave him a drink and began touching him. When Donnie woke up the next day, he took a shower and realized he had been sexually abused. He stayed in the apartment for days afterward before eventually going home to Keeley and apologizing for leaving abruptly. Donnie wonders if Darian ever truly believed in him, or if the whole situation was planned to ruin his life. After Keeley moved out, Donnie fell apart. He struggled with sexual confusion, unsure if his feelings were because of Darian or if they were already inside him. He even dreamed of killing Darian. Months later, he realized his feelings were changing. He started dating people of all genders to understand himself better. The first time he was raped, he lost interest in love and felt incapable of it until he met Terry. She was everything he wanted, but whenever she touched him, he felt angry and ashamed that he was falling for her. Donnie admits he might not feel this way if Darian hadn't hurt him. When Martha showed up, all the confusion he felt disappeared. She saw him the way he wanted to be seen. When it came to reporting her to the police, he struggled with the irony of reporting her but not Darian. Martha was ill, and he felt she couldn't help it, whereas Darian was manipulative. The police officer asked Donnie to bring proper evidence of Martha's harassment, but he felt stuck.